time to talk about GDC parties. They are so fun, and they make GDC. People go to GDC, the expo floor, and show off all that cool stuff. But really, the parties is where it's at. And honestly, the parties are a bigger networking event than the actual career center floor, I think, or any of that, because people let loose, all right? They're not dressed up. I wouldn't have my students go to the parties dressed up. Dress whatever you want. Relax. Go get some drinks. I don't drink, but plenty of people do drink. My students are actually too young to drink, so they couldn't drink. Go get some lemonade. It doesn't matter. Go interact with these people at the big companies and make some friends. Okay, the networking you get done at the parties is generally 1,000 times more efficient than the networking you will do on the floor. And you can meet people from all random places at the parties. And my students were texting me as they were at the parties. Hey, I'm talking to some awesome engineer at some company. Or, hey, I'm talking to like a third in command at some big company. And I can't remember all the details, but I remember as the texts were coming in and the students were reporting what they were doing, I was like, whoa, they are meeting some cool people at the parties. And I've met plenty of cool people at the parties as well. But definitely one thing I love doing is just talking my way into a party. A lot of the cool parties you have to talk your way into. First, you got to figure out where is the party? What is the party? 2, who is the person that gets you into the party? You got to find those kind of people. And then 3, you go to the party, obviously, and then make some friends. And so you'd be amazed how fast you can actually do this kind of stuff at GDC. It's a lot of fun. Huge ego stroke for me. Just to get an invite to the party. I'd try to get an invite to all the parties I could, but then I'd obviously go to the big important ones. And I'm going to talk about the Blizzard party, which was the crown jewel of all parties. The Blizzard company did it right. I'll talk about that at the end of this video, but I want to talk about some other parties before I get up there. Look, I don't have too many pictures of the parties, but I did grab this one. Zynga was close to the GDC floor, and so I went to a party at Zynga. Getting into this particular party wasn't hard. This was 2014. And what Zynga did is they just pulled a bus up to the conference, and whoever wanted to could get on the bus and go to the Zynga party. Now, why do companies have these parties? Well, they're networking, right? They want to network and learn about the crowd, see who the rock stars are, see who would communicate best, see who would make good teammates, that kind of thing, and really get to know the people. And the companies are actually selling themselves as hard as they can to you. All right, I went to a party last year, 2015. It was the Nike party. You're like, why is Nike at a game developers conference? Nike has so much tech, and a lot of that tech is directly related to game kind of stuff, same kind of engineering. And they wanted to recruit, so I went to the Nike party, a bunch of neon lights, that kind of thing. And the employees were there. You could tell some of the employees didn't want to be there, and some wanted to be there. But they'd come and they'd socialize with you, and they'd answer all these questions about Nike. And the goal is to try to get you excited to work at whatever company is hosting the party, especially if you're good, because they want to talk to you more and they want to hire you. All right, hiring awesome talent is extremely hard and extremely expensive. That's why if you want to work hard and become a rock star, then the companies definitely want you. Believe me, they want you just as bad as you want to work for them. The problem is the company has to filter through all the other students and people that are in industry that shouldn't really be in industry. They have to filter through all that dross. Do I dare say dross? To find you. If you can get yourself up to that level, it's up to you to get to that level. Look, here's Zynga. All right, these parties are fun. All right, music. This thing was doing some hip hop thing, a lot of dancing to the music, and a lot of socializing. This is in the Zynga building. Most of the parties aren't actually at the company. It just turned out that Zynga was around the corner, kind of from the game developers conference, so we could go into the Zynga building. But most companies will rent out some huge place and then throw a party there. Anyway, food and drinks everywhere, socializing. Some of these people were employees. The hard part was trying to figure out who was the employee. All right. I know I'm in the Zynga building, and I'm sure there's some employees in the mix here, but who are the employees? And then over here is the actual Zynga where you get lunch. Okay, the employees would get lunch here. So Zynga had their chefs there, and the chefs were making food, handing out food to people in the party. But if you were a Zynga employee, this is kind of where you'd hang out and you'd eat your lunch and that kind of thing. Anyway, to be honest, the food at the Zynga party wasn't that good. All right, I felt like I was kind of eating at McDonald's, and I hate to be critical on my YouTube channel here, but I want to make it clear that some companies had some really awesome setups, and they did parties the right way. And Zynga party was okay. I'd give Zynga about a B-. It was fun to go to, met some people, but I really didn't know why I was there, who I was trying to talk to. It was confusing, and the food wasn't all that awesome either. But the music was great. The environment was great. The drinks there. Well, I don't drink, so I assume these drinks were good. I had a lot of soda pop. Anyway, more. Oh, look. So if you come, so I took this picture right here. I took it from on top of this balcony. I was standing up here, and I turned around and I took this picture down here. But anyway, here's Zynga. And you can see Silicon Valley buildings. I mean, generally, if they're a cool company, they got cool buildings. You come up here, and there's a lounge. You can hang out and talk to people. And Zynga had this cool entryway. It was this light booth kind of thing. I was like, oh, and I was there on behalf of Newmont University. Totally awesome school. Totally awesome purpose. This was fun. Another party I went to, I'm trying to remember who hosted this. It was at the AT&T ballpark. Oh, I can't even remember. See, that's bad when I go to a party and I can't even remember who hosted the party. I don't know what the company was trying to accomplish by having their party at the AT&T ballpark. Obviously, that's kind of cool. But as soon as I walked in, I mean, it's just empty bleachers, and some people were kind of hanging out here. You can see people are sitting around socializing. But there wasn't that much food. And for me, I'm kind of a foodie. I like to eat food. And there wasn't that much food. There were drinks. I do remember drinks. There was a lot of loud, rowdy music. So if you're into lights and loud, rowdy music, there's tons of that going on too. But whatever company it was sponsoring this party at the AT&T ballpark, I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish. If they're a company spending a lot of money on a party, and companies generally don't spend money just to spend money. Maybe this company wanted to spend money. But the impression I got from most of the parties I go to is they're recruiting parties. Right? They want to hire industry's best. They can find a lot of industry's best at the Game Developers Conference. So let's spend a lot of money, get a lot of people at the party, and then find out who the best are and see if we can do some networking, make some contacts. So I didn't find anybody that worked at the company hosting this party. I'm not even sure what this party was about. But some people hanging out in the bleachers, and that was about it. So I was not very impressed with this AT&T, this party held at the AT&T ballpark. It was fun to go to. And this was one of the parties I did not have to talk my way into. Okay. Generally, the parties you do not have to talk yourself into, they're awesome. They're great. Well, as I pound on my mic here. Okay. They're awesome, good parties. But the ultimate parties are generally the ones you have to talk your way into. And I think it's fun because it's hard to talk your way into a party. But if you can, the Nike party was one I had to talk my way into, by the way. I could tell you that story at the end of the video. Let me get a drink, though. I'm going to talk about the Blizzard party. I don't know if Blizzard did this same party in 2015. I tried to find it. I couldn't find it. I don't think they did it. But in 2014, I caught wind of there was a Blizzard party. And one of my friends, the more people you talk to on the floor, these parties just come up. Anyway, I changed my mind. I've told you about the party. I told you about some of the parties I went to. I'm going to talk about the Blizzard party and some of the cooler parties in the next video, mainly the Blizzard party, because that party was awesome. Next video, Blizzard party, and we're going to talk about how you get yourself into these parties. First, how do you learn about the parties, and then how do you get yourself into the parties. Next video, let's go.